Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. This is Katie Weaver, and I'm here with my co anchor, sister, and partner in crime, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Excited to be here as
Yeah,
always.
as always. How's it
Right.
going?
It's going really well.
Good.
I have a brand new camera
Yes.
and I mostly love it. And occasionally it's a jackass. So getting used to it.
That's
But
technology for you.
yeah, on Sunday when I went to do the meditation for spirit school, my webcam freaked out 3 times in a row trying to get that live stream to go. And I
Hmm,
was like, "Oh, crap. I can't
not
be
going to
without a
work.
camera." Yeah.
Yeah.
The 4th time it actually worked and I did the meditation, but I had to, then go get a new camera because I don't dare trust it
Yeah.
now. And it's 2.5 years old, and I mean, how many shows have we recorded now?
Mm,
Over 200 videos now,
yeah.
so, it's paid its dues, I would say.
Yeah. I'm sure that's true. Well,
Yeah,
good. Well, you look great, so it must be
thanks.
doing its job. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. I'm just getting used to it. It's a 4K camera, which
Yeah.
is, like, super McDuper good, so
Like fancy McSchmancy. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm still learning about it, but I
Well,
like it.
cool.
Yeah,
Good, good. Well, this is our joint case for the week.
right.
And this case, some of you have asked us to take this case. This is only a 3-month-old case. It's not very old. We're going to open our investigation on it today.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you the basics of this case. I promise you, I probably won't get every detail. There are a lot of them. We will
Mhm.
do more than one episode on this case, but we wanted to get it opened and get the ball rolling so that you guys,
Yeah.
so that we have it established because there's so much more to come as
Well,
this
and
case continues to roll out.
there's really conflicting information, so if you don't agree with something that we have to say, just remember there's a
Yeah.
lot of info out there and some of it is not super clear yet.
Hmm.
So,
Yep. So
cut
we're
us a little slack.
still, yeah, and we're still researching our tails off on this one, and I'm sure some
Mm,
of you guys have too. So
yeah.
we get it. It's a biggie. So
Mhm.
this is the vanishing of a mother out of Chula Vista, California. This is Maya Millete, Milleta. I've heard it like every way you can imagine. We're going to
Mhm.
say Millette for our
Yeah.
purposes.
That seems like the Idaho way to say it.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Also, Maya is her name, but it sounds like most people call her May. So
Yeah.
we're going to call her May, and that's how we're going to proceed. So May is missing. May went missing, we think, on January 7th. That's when she completely quit responding to group texts in her
Right.
family's group text chat.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have one of those, but we have a few of them.
Mhm. We
And
do.
they stay busy.
Yeah, it would be super weird if somebody stopped responding
Yeah,
completely to it. We would be worried for sure.
yeah. And she has 6 siblings. So they were all in this group, and they
Right.
were planning a trip for that weekend to Big Bear to go skiing for May's daughter's 11th birthday. So they
Right.
were making plans,
Yeah.
and she just stopped responding, which was not like her at all.
No.
So, a little bit about May. May is from Hawaii. She is a naval base contractor. She worked as a defense contractor at the naval base in San Diego. And she and her husband, I believe, both actually worked for the Navy as
Yeah.
private contractors to some degree. And we're living in, what you might have considered to be, their dream home. And they have 3 children. And it sounds like last fall, Larry started getting really weird.
Yeah.
He sent pictures of this really weird altar to family members that he had made. He
Super
was
creepy.
posting scriptures online that kind of alluded to the fact that maybe he thought that she was having an affair. He just got really weird.
Well, and the altar was red candles dripping down on a picture of them. So it
Yeah.
looked like blood. It was
Mhm.
super creepy,
Super
like,
weird.
what the heck were you thinking here, dude? What's this
Mhm.
about?"
Yeah. He's just gotten weirder and weirder.
Mhm.
And she told family members that if anything happened to her, that they should look at Larry.
Yes.
So things had gotten bad.
Yeah.
So fast forward to January 7th, where she stops responding to texts. And so then they start trying to call. Her siblings are really worried. So they
Yeah.
start trying to call both of their phones and they go directly to voicemail. Her sister, Mary Chris, she told the Daily Beast that it was extremely unusual for my sister to be off her phone for that long, let alone turn it off and not be in communication with us at all, especially since we had a plan to go on a trip that day for her daughter's birthday.
Right.
Like something was obviously wrong.
Yeah.
So one of the older brothers goes to May's home,
Yeah.
and Larry says, the husband, that May has locked herself in her bedroom after they had an argument and has not spoken to him or the kids all day and is just ignoring them in her bedroom. So the brother thinks that's really weird, but he really
Yeah.
doesn't have much of a choice just but to leave.
She doesn't really sound like the kind of mom that would just peace out on her
No,
kids and lock herself in a room, like, it just I don't
no,
get that impression from her at all.
at all. No. So by Saturday of that week, she still hasn't contacted anyone. Her family is frantic.
No.
They finally show up there together and they demand that Larry open the bedroom door because he's still trying to say that she's just pissed off and hiding out in her bedroom. And they're like,
And, I mean,
that's
is there a
not
bathroom in there? Is there a kitchen in there? Like, how
right.
many hours can a person just stay locked in a bedroom? Like,
Yeah,
that's not a thing, okay? Yeah.
right. So they make him open the bedroom door. And of course, she's not there,
No.
right? Duh. And there's no sign that anyone's left through a window or anything like that. She's just not there. So
Would
her
she just, like,
family,
snap her fingers and use one of Chad Daybell's portals to
right,
you know,
to
like
go somewhere else.
yeah, I just
So
don't think
her family goes, okay, well, this has been going on for a few days now. Something is seriously wrong. And they call 911.
mm,
So she's been missing now for kind of an indeterminate amount of time. It seems like about 3 days. And Larry never reported her missing.
no.
He didn't do shit.
Mm,
So, and really has no answer as to where she is or what's going on. Basically, then he just kind of starts to play it off like, well, maybe she just needed to get some space, you know.
yeah,
And
that whole "She probably ran away with another man" kind of bullshit that
mhm,
we hear about missing women a lot. It's always some, you know, "Oh, she would just run away,"
mhm,
how many women with children do you know that would
yeah,
just take off and disappear and leave their kids
right.
behind?
They
That's
don't.
yeah, that's a
No,
very rare occurrence.
very rare. And this person that's not who she was at all. No.
No.
So her family starts organizing searches. And in fact, just Saturday or Sunday was the seventh search for her
Yeah.
up in the mountains around her home because she was an avid hiker and she loved to go up in the mountains. And that's what he kind of tried to play off. Well, maybe she went on a hike. So she probably just went on a hike. Well, they have searched all over the area. They've now had 7 searches, hundreds and hundreds of people showing up to help search. They're coming up with nothing.
Right.
But the other thing they did is they hired a lawyer
Mhm.
because Larry got weird real fast.
Oh,
And they already were weird with
you
him
little
because,
weasel.
there had been maybe some whispers of domestic violence for the past few months and, things were weird. So they hire this guy named Billy Little Jr. And Billy Little Jr. is an attorney as well as an investigator. So Billy, a few days after they have called 911, he just goes over to the house and knocks on the door.
Mhm.
Says, "Hey, can I talk to you? Can I just look around a little bit? We're just really worried about May. And Larry actually lets him in the house.
Mhm.
And he walks in the bedroom, and one of the things he sees is that there is a hole in the door
Yeah.
that looks like it is freshly patched, and he touches it and it's wet. And he asks Larry about it, and he just kind of plays that one off. He, everything he asks, he's obviously just or at least Billy feels like he's lying to him and just kind of playing off his nonsense. If
In
you
some
want to
reports
see,
I've seen, they say that he told Billy that May put the hole in the door
oh yeah, yeah,
'cause, she's like 5'1" and 105 pounds. I bet she
uh
put the
huh.
hole in the door. Yeah,
I'm sure
sure.
she did. Yeah. Why wouldn't she? Right?
Right, I mean, that's something women do all the time, right?
Yeah.
Especially tiny little women who probably aren't even strong enough to put a hole in a door. Give me a
Yeah.
break.
Now there's a few things that he's looking for in the house, and one of them, interestingly, is something that the family said that they had identified as missing from the house, and it is
Mm.
a deep freeze,
Oh, God, really?
a
I had
freezer.
not heard that part. Ugh.
And he searches the house and the spot where her family said the freezer should have been, and it's not there. Larry doesn't have an answer for that, but the freezer's not there, which is very weird. If you
Ugh.
want to see the interview, there's an extended interview with Larry, or I'm sorry, with Billy Little. It's on YouTube. It is CBS 8 San Diego,
Mhm.
and they have an 18-minute interview with him. It is
Mhm.
very interesting. He is an extremely thorough guy. Now, Larry has since said that Billy lied to him and told him that he was part of the Navy's law enforcement, and that's the only reason he let him in. Now,
Ooh,
Billy says, no, I didn't. I told him exactly who I was, and he let me come in and look around and, let me talk to him. So, in the meantime, now you can imagine that Larry has lawyered up.
yeah,
So he's not speaking to May's family. He's not letting them see the kids. The kids are still living in the house with him and his elderly father.
yeah.
And he's not helping look. So now 7 searches have happened. He has nothing to do with it.
Mm-mm.
They
Or the
are,
victims.
yeah, they
Doesn't
are
go to the
frantic.
victuals.
No, they are raising money. They're putting up posters everywhere. They're hiring investigators. They're doing everything they can think of to find May. And one of the news sites in California saw Larry's dad and 2 of the grandkids taking a walk. And so they stopped him to see if they could talk to him.
Mhm.
And he said, well, May's family are looking for a body, but we're just waiting for May to come home.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hmm.
His
In front of
people.
2 of their children. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It was kind of taunting.
Mhm.
It's so sad and it's so ugly what's happening.
It is.
So, what May's family has been trying desperately to do is to just keep her relevant because her case went cold really fast.
Right.
And the police just kind of went, don't know what to tell you, you
Yeah, I
know?
mean, it appears they're not doing much compared to what May's family has done.
Right. I mean, they're saying that it is in no way cold and that they're still working and they're still looking and not to lose heart, but the family kind of feels like no, we're not getting as much, as we need
Mhm.
from them. So they're trying to keep it relevant. So actually yesterday on Dr. Phil, he covered this case. Nancy Grace has covered this case. It's getting some national attention, which it needs to have, which is really good.
Good.
Some really interesting things have come out. So one of the neighbors released to the news and to the police some CCTV from the neighborhood. There's 2 video recordings that have come out. Well, there's actually, I think, 3 now. So
Mhm.
one of them is an audio, and
Mm.
it is an audio of 2 people yelling at each other and a man making a threat.
Right.
There is another audio in the neighborhood that night of what Some people believe to be 6 gunshots.
Yeah.
And now another neighbor has given a video only to the police. They have not been willing to release it to the press because it would literally identify exactly which house is theirs. And
Mhm.
remember, the neighbors, some of them at least, feel like they're living in, a neighborhood with a murderer at this
Right,
point.
they're afraid.
So they are trying to protect themselves. But this video, and again, the press don't have it yet, but there's some whisperings about it that shows Larry backing his pickup truck into their garage at
Yeah.
3:30 in the morning, the day she quit responding to her family members. There's something else auspicious about that day I'll tell you about in just a minute.
Mhm.
Uh, Closing the garage door and then pulling out and leaving again at 6:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
which is very strange. So we have the gunshots, we have the people yelling, we have Larry backing in at 3:30 in the morning. Now, the
Yeah.
police have searched the home. They have. And they haven't even named him as a person of interest.
Right.
They're not saying anything at this point. Now, a lot of people think he's the guy, and her family, they're kind of thinking he's the guy, and things are very weird. Here's one of the other really odd things. She posted, May posted on Facebook the day she stopped responding to her family in a family or in a neighborhood group. She posted an inquiry about a certain divorce attorney
Yeah.
and asking if they were good to work with, and apparently made an appointment that day to meet with a divorce attorney later on the next week. Now, of
Yeah.
course, that meeting never happened because she vanished, but
Right.
there's a lot of, stuff here that make you think, you know. Now, again, he's not been named as a person of interest. He is, he has an attorney. He's just, kind of doing his own thing. He
Right.
said that he had to get an attorney because it didn't matter what he said publicly, it was being misconstrued. And so he's just kind of hiding out with the kids at this point, and
Well, and, I mean, he's
people are
not
desperately
wrong.
searching for May.
Yeah,
Right.
and he's not wrong. I mean, the husband is the first to be suspected in a situation like this.
Mhm.
That's always the case because, I mean, what are the percentages? Real high that it is the
Mhm.
husband,
Yeah.
But to stop participating in the searches, I
Mhm.
mean, this is the behavior of somebody who knows they're not gonna find anything,
Yeah.
or who knows what they are gonna find eventually.
Mhm.
It's a weird
Mhm.
way to behave.
Yep. It's really sad. There was a prayer vigil for her yesterday. Interestingly, one thing her family has done is every Sunday they do a Zoom call prayer vigil
That's cool.
for her. Yesterday it was live because they also did a search and had a vigil for her together.
Mhm.
Remember, she has 6 siblings that are around,
Yeah.
a big family that's all really
Mhm.
rising up, to help find her. So if you're in the area, the next search is on the 18th
Ah.
at 7 a.m. If you want to be a part of, they are calling it Maya Milliete's Search Warriors.
Mhm.
And if you want more information about this group, that's what the Facebook page is called. It's Maya Millete Search Warriors.
Mhm.
And you can go check that out if you're interested, or if you just want to keep following this case with them, that's a good way to do it. So it sounds
What
like there is another search warrant that has just been released as well on the house. So, the police are working, but, the fact is, it seems like they're just really coming up with nothing.
right. Well, what do you think about the information that came out just about a week ago that last year, um, Larry seemed to suspect that May had a boyfriend and made some statements to her siblings that he
Mhm.
wanted to hurt that guy.
Mhm.
Um, and also that he started calling her family members and, like, airing their dirty laundry, their relationship stuff to her siblings, like, trying to get them on his
On
side?
his side.
which is
I think
weird
that's what
considering you
that
can tell
was.
this is a very close family.
Yeah.
But trying to get them on his side and,
Mhm.
like, blaming her for everything, this has been going on for months and months
Mhm.
before she went missing,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
family's been really struggling trying to maintain their relationship with her through all of this, but
Yeah.
there was a threat made to one of the
Mhm.
brother-in-laws to Larry last
Yeah.
summer, I guess, where he said he really wanted to hurt that guy and wanted to hurt whoever this boyfriend was. I don't know
Mhm.
that the boyfriend's ever been identified or if we even actually know if there was one, but he
Right.
was thinking about some violence
Then.
then.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's all really weird. So I have to wonder, was there actually a boyfriend? Or
Eh
was there just a coworker that she was friends with or something?
Right, is he just a
Or
super
has he
jealous
been jonesing for a mental health breakdown for a while now,
yeah.
and getting more and more paranoid? What's real?
Right,
Yeah.
right, what's real? Because the accusations of a boyfriend I haven't seen anything so far that has proven that she actually did have a boyfriend. This is all
No.
just stuff he's making up in his
Stuff
head.
he was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing concrete. Now,
Mm-mm.
again, there's still a lot to come in this case.
There he is.
So we're not gonna predict it because that would be the wrong thing to do at this
Yeah.
point. We're just going to follow it.
Or is she still
We'll
missing and her family doesn't know what's
Yeah.
happened to her? No, we would not do that.
No, we're just gonna keep following it. But we wanted to open the investigation, on our end so that we can keep following it and updating you guys with, what's coming forward with it. And, there's 2 missing little boys in California as well
Yeah,
that have been missing for about the same amount of time.
they have.
Well, they've been missing maybe 5 months now, and that looks to be custodial, and we'll open an investigation on that one too. A lot of you guys have asked us to
Mhm,
on the West boys. Uh, so, it's a balance for us of, all of the old cases that are suggested to us all the time, as
mhm.
well as staying current with some of these big cases opening up. So,
Right.
anyway, that's what we're doing with this
Like,
case that's
yesterday, we
opening up.
released our intro to the Jenna Home case that's local to
Yes.
us
Mhm.
as well. If you haven't watched that, please do.
Yeah.
We need help in our community to
Mhm.
help this woman who's being absolutely, wrongly
Mhm.
charged and treated
Yeah.
terribly by our local county police. So
Mhm.
yeah, we seem to be hitting a lot more current cases, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yeah. So that's what we have for today for our group case. Tomorrow, we're going to introduce you to a hell of a serial killer that you may or may not have heard of, or maybe you've heard of one of his names, but
Mhm.
I'll foreshadow it there. Then Wednesday night, we'll be back for live case updates at 7 p.m. Mountain. Thursday night, we'll be back for the psychic hour at 7 p.m. Mountain. And that's what we've got.
Yeah.
So, you guys take care. Thanks for being here. As always, go check us out on truecrimeparanormalpodcast.com. And thanks for being a part of our what do we call it? Our process, our
Our
community
community,
here.
really.
Yeah, good enough. All right. Well, you have been listening to True Crime Paranormal with the Psychic Sisters. Take care.